Morning, everyone. We are giving the garden a little bit of water because we are, if I'm not mistaken, I think the temps are supposed to be in the 90s for the next couple days here in North Carolina. So we're just going to try to sprinkle a little bit of love in hopes that the heat doesn't stress them too much, which it shouldn't as long as we stay on top of the watering. We are also going to be staking up some of our tomato plants. They're starting to topple over a little, as you see. This is a perfect example. And we've got blooms as well, so all is going well with them. So we figured before the heat comes in, since we're starting to get into the 90s, that we would do the task of getting our stakes, which is rebar, by the way, put down in beside the tomato plants to help stabilize, and hoping that we have wonderful yields of tomatoes this year, because I sure do love tomatoes. All right, we're going to take a count on our tomatoes so we can make sure we've got enough rebar so that once we start that process that we're not stopping to regroup and grab what we need. So okay, we have rounded up 18 more pieces of rebar because we had like 6 here already. So this is just our choice of what we use.
These number 4 rebar are about 6 plus 7 foot or so tall. We try to start about 4 inches off the plant. That way we don't interfere with the roots. But anyways, you just push down on the rebar to get it set as far as it'll go. Set the T-post driver on it. So it's about 5.5 foot tall. That's plenty sturdy. We take our hay strings. I like I like the orange ones. They're a little tougher than the jute strings. But anyways, we go half of the length. Grab it and make a loop. Just a simple loop. Slide it on top of the rebar, cinch it up. Now we've got string for whenever we want to come out here and tie them up. Everybody's got a trusty pocket knife, right?
Of course. Got your britches on, don't you?
Take your pocket knife. In the beginning, I go maybe 10 inch, 8 inch, 10 inch piece. Cut it. Come down. Don't make it too tight against it. Go up under a limb. That way it's got some support. It's not going anywhere. And just put a couple of square knots. Just like that. Simple, easy, and all but free. Fixing to tie this tomato plant here. It's got like a double stem on it. I believe that's a sucker. but I really hate to cut this one off, so I'm just gonna tie it up a little different. We also noticed that we've got tomatoes down here. That's gonna be awesome. Anyways, to tie a double stem, you need a little bit longer piece of string where we're gonna loop around both limbs. Here at the post, we're gonna circle it one time. This will keep it stationary so that it doesn't slide up and down or slide all the way down to the bottom of the double stem. So I'll just loop both of these and then tie a square knot and then tie another square knot. Now this here is a little more stationary. It's not too bad. It's quick, easy, and like I said, almost free. This works for us. You see a lot of people doing the Florida weave, and to me it's kind of complicating things. This one we're done. We'll pull the rebar up by our hands, stack it back up, and it'll be ready to go next year.
The rebar is easier to pull up as well. The T-posts, if you were to drive them down, they can be a monster. Now, sometimes, like if you're gonna run a fence line or whatever to do green beans so that you've got a trellis for them to grow on, those are great for that. But just for tomatoes, we have had a better success with the rebar, so.
Everything seems to be growing very, very good. We are going to put some tomato tone on our tomato plants. If you've never used this stuff, folks, it'll do wonders for your tomato plants. It's got everything it needs. It's kind of an odd looking fertilizer. Trust me, smells like dried chicken poop. Smells like a chicken house. But it's going to do wonders for our tomato plants. What I've done here is sprinkled around the base of the plant. That way when I water it in, it'll seep in and hopefully do some good. These tomato plants are looking good. Lots of blooms. They're about 2 foot tall. These are big beef variety cluster tomatoes. Another cluster starting, and lots of blooms. Look at that. Is that not too cool? That is awesome. thank y'all for watching our videos. If you haven't already, click subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell. That way you've got updates on our new videos coming out. We hope to keep the ball rolling on the garden, the animals, chickens, horses, Panda the rabbit, and of course our daily activities.
Yes, and we've got some fishing videos coming up as well. So be sure and stay tuned for those.
That's right, that's right. We hope to be on the boat soon. We've got it cleaned up, it's ready to go. So y'all stick around.